Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. As you can probably hear from my voice, I'm not feeling particularly well. But that's never stopped me before. I don't know why. My delivery seems to be more Patrick Stewart these days than my own voice. But I just wanted to share with you Torchwood Gods Among Us Part 2. It's 4 stories, and it's a continuation of the current story arc. Now, this box set also comes with an additional release, Cardiff Uncovered, which is arguably my favourite Torchwood story of all time. And it's a podcast. It's hidden away somewhere on the Big Finish website, so it's already been released for free. It's at the end of Disc 1. Now, I was trying to listen to these so I could review them. I listened to Disc 1, and then on a different play I decided to listen to Disc 2, but I'd already started listening to the thing that followed on from Disc 1. I thought, well, this is different. Scrolled back through and discovered it was an extra. So there is, basically, a hidden extra, an Easter egg, of Torchwood. And it's a podcast. It's got brilliant things like the wind noise, recorded outside. It's so been recorded on a portable recorder, in situ. It's just great. It makes me want to give up podcasting and go, why don't I just do this instead? Make podcasts as if Doctor Who was real. As if Torchwood is actually happening. But of course, you've known me for too long. After all these years, you just think I was taking the mick. So, perhaps that's a podcast for someone else. That is superb. But really, that's an extra. You've got Flight 405, Norton, Andy and Tracy on an aeroplane, trying to save themselves and Cardiff and, of course, the world. It's lovely to hear them all together. Now, I know that Barrowman's being recorded separately, but I just can't tell. It's as well constructed as the Tom Baker stories. I love Norton. It's just such a great character, so well delivered. It's a fun and exciting romp. I love Tracy Ann's character. And discovering what's really going on, as always with Torchwood, is brilliant. Story number 2, Hostile Environment by Ash Darby. Now this one, and I don't say this lightly, is potentially award-winning stuff. It's Torchwood does the homeless, deals with the problem. Homelessness is definitely a growing issue. It's called Hostile Environment, and at the moment, that's what this world is. It's how it feels. I know there's the potential of a second referendum. A vote to see whether the people of Great Britain, or not so Great Britain, have decided that Brexit's actually a stupid idea or not. Or whether we should just batten down the hatches and go for a no-deal exit. It's on the cards. If I believed in such things, I would pray to the random gods of fate that we could do that. But of course, what'll probably happen is nothing. Yes, as Norton says in one of the episodes, there'll probably be tariffs, but that'll be worth it, says someone from the 1940s. Crashing on. This is about how completely messed up we are as human beings. Yes, evolutionarily, we are programmed to ignore, but we should be better than this. Now, I don't like Tyler as a character. His redeeming features for me are often when he's just not in his story. He makes me upset that he's part of Torchwood. Not that I have anything against any of the traits. It's just he uses people so much. He's just awful. But as you say in this story, you wouldn't wish this on your worst enemy. But he just isn't a very nice person. He's awful to people. And he's got through life on his looks and through being tall. But they'll go eventually. And in fact, they do in the next story. Because I don't want to give away any spoilers for Hostile Environment. Performance-wise, exemplary. There's a descent, there's desperation, there's stuff that goes on. I mean, let's face it, Torchwood has always come with a warning about what's going on. Well, this actual episode comes with a warning, and rightly so. Which brings us to a comedy episode, except of course it's not. Story number 3, Another Man's Shoes, Tim Foley. Well, in this story, you've got the good old sci-fi staple of body swap. Storming, brilliant performances. Andy's being played by Yvonne, and it's just great. I don't want to say who's who, because that's part of the development. Suffice to say that performance-wise, glorious. And of course, there's always more revelations. All on the way to story number 4. Because yes, God is amongst us. God is playing games, and it feels a lot more like those 7th Doctor stories to do with the Ragnarok and ancient gods, which is what Torchwood does best but never mentions. Eye of the storm. Something awful is coming. And this actually could be the end of the world. It's an ancient, nasty, evil group of people. And then there's God. And what God actually wants, God only knows. The performance of God is brilliant and so chilling. Genius creations all around. Thank you for Torchwood, and thank you for bearing with me, dear listener, through this really dodgy chest infection. So until next time, where hopefully I'll sound better, be seeing you.
Norton Folgate, Torchwood 1950s. Here to let you know that the world's about to end. So come on, chop chop. I thought you lot were meant to be ready.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Torchwood, God Among Us, Volume 2.
I've met Norton before. And Yvonne? I think those two deserve each other. I just feel sorry for whoever they drag along with them.
I had to do terrible things at first. To stop you from finding this world.
But find it I did.
I know what will happen next. What you do to worlds.
Attention. You have been reported as homeless. Oblation offers you a choice. Take part in a clinical trial. Or death. Drugs or death. Choose.
When I got up this morning, I did not see myself dying in a plane crash. On a plane that's been missing for 60 years.
Oh, God! It's heading for Cardiff! It's gonna take out the whole city!
With a hey, a ho, the wind and the rain, and the rain, it raineth every day.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Yvonne Hartman speaking.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.